Hello everyone. How's everyone doing today? So much clearing happening already. All right, so today I felt guided, super guided to jump in and share with you the question of grieving. Will we always be grieving? And this is something that needs to be said, as so many, even in the spiritual community, have told me many times when I was grieving, the loss of my 4-year-old, when my 4-year-old, 4 months old, I'm sorry, when my 4-month-old crossed over, I start to dive into the waters of healing my grief, because I deeply believed from every cell in my body that I came here to thrive. I came here to truly be happy, to enjoy life. And so I decided to take my grief, open myself up. I was broken already, and decided to heal every aspect of my grieving. And I found that every aspect of my grief led me to a path from my inner side that needed to be looked at, that needed to be healed, that needed to be listened, that needed to be loved. So I always refer as grief through a rainbow of emotions, right? Because there are many layers and many colors for grief. So what led me to make this video is something that I've been holding back for a long time, because the programming and the belief system out there, even in the spiritual community, is that um, we will always be grieving, that we may heal certain areas, or that time will take care of it, and we will be moving from different spaces. However, we will always be grieving. And I have to step up, and I have to stand up. So this is me standing up for me. This is me standing up for you, if this resonates with you, that we do not have to be grieving. Oh, that we do not always have to be grieving. The grieving is not something that, because we experience at some point in our lives, we do not have to carry that with us from the rest of our lives. This is not how energy works. This is not what I have experienced. So I have to, as a leader in the grieving community, as a leader in healing the grief, I have to stand up, use my voice, and say, no, this is not true. Because when I already felt, when I felt that I have already healed my grief, when a spiritual mentor that I respect, and I still do, I think she's amazing, when this spiritual mentor came to me and told me that I will always be grieving, and if I will not honor that, I will end up manifesting some diseases in my body, that kind of shocked me up, kind of put me up, set me back, and even question myself, question what I was feeling, question my own path, question my own inner work that I have done for years, wondering if I was negating myself, if there was a part of myself that I was not looking into it, if there was something in my grief that I was not completely feeling, right? And while that was in that particular moment perfect, because it allowed me to stop, step back, and look into myself, right? And in that moment I said, nope, this is not right. This is not sitting right for me, with me. I have healed this grief, and I do not hold anything in my body regarding to this grief. So here the deepest message really for today is to own what you're feeling, is to own what you have walked, because no one can dictate if you have healed or if not. No one can dictate is if, for example, today we're talking about grief, if your grief will be there forever. No one can tell you for sure or assure you, yeah, you will never heal your grief. No one, because we are the creators of our life. We are powerful beings of light. And when we know, we have this deeper understanding, deeper feeling, because we have walked our journey, that we have healed something that took us tears, that brought us to our knees, that make us feel like death itself, because that's how grief felt to me, like death itself. No one has the power or entitlement to tell me I will always be living with my grief, because I know that that's not true. And it's about time that in the spiritual community we stop this thing of saying you will always be grieving, because that's a programming. That's a program. For me, it is a program. I don't know for you how it is. But if you feel that truth of you will always be grieving doesn't resonate with you, then I invite you to hold that as your truth, because only you know your truth. Only you know what you're feeling. Only you know what you have healed and what you have not healed. And how do you know it? Because your body and your emotions will let you know. So, don't give the power away. Don't give the power away to anyone, including me, of course, and including anyone that because you feel they are a little bit farther in your path, that they know more than you do, that they know more of your truth than you do. I did, and that set me back a little bit. I own it. Yes, that allowed me to be the one who sits here right now and tell you that it's possible to heal grief. It's not only possible to feel grief, to heal the grief, but it's also possible to transform it, to shift it, and to see it as a beautiful gift, as a blessing. Sometimes I don't know if people understand when I say that the crossing of my 4-month-old was a blessing for me, because it was, because it allowed me to see life from a different perspective. It allowed me to be who I am right now, sitting here. Without that experience, I would probably would not be here sitting and having all these beautiful understandings that I have every single day in my life. I will not be living from the space that I'm living now. So stand in your truth, stand in your power. And I'm here to tell you, you do not have to grieve forever. The other day, or like a month or maybe 6 months ago, I don't know anymore, there was this lady in the spiritual community in a Facebook group. I was just commenting, helping someone through their grief, and this person started commenting on my post, and she was, without even knowing me, she was telling me that I have not worked through it, that they're still in my body, that I can generate diseases around that. And I was like, wow, I did not reply back because I could see how much, that was her truth. Maybe that was the way she was living. That doesn't mean that that's the way I am living. So boundaries, where is the spiritual boundaries? We need those spiritual boundaries too. And when I say boundaries, I said from our side, right? Where are our boundaries to others? How easy we give our power away, especially when we are dealing with such a poor emotion or experience, because grief is really different emotions in one experience, right? Of grief, of grieving. So yeah, this is what I felt I needed to say it, to voice it out, to stand up and say, this is another way of grieving. You can choose however you want to experience your grief. This is how I experience mine. This is how I shift mine. This is how I transform mine. In case it resonates with you. Because back 6 years ago or so, when I was grieving, I couldn't resonate with anyone that will tell me, you will get used to this pain. Because that didn't resonate with me. That didn't resonate with me. I could not possible, it was impossible for me to grab in my head. Why would I choose to live in that state from the rest of my life? I didn't came to earth. I didn't came to this body to experiencing that. Not only a small sense or 1% of what I was feeling back when my son crossed over. And that truth that I had within allowed me to bloom and allow me to be just like the lotus, right? The lotus comes out from the mud, right? It's in the mud, and the lotus rise up in the water to this beautiful color, beautiful flower. That's how I see myself, as a lotus that came from the mud. That's how I see myself when I think about how I felt, how I healed my grief. So if this resonates with you, I invite you to not let the programmings that excuse me, that others are living with, the truth that all others hold, to be yours. Use your truth. Use what resonates with you. And please do not allow anyone to tell you the opposite. Do not allow anyone to hold you back, because it's your journey. And we each have our own journey and our own way of healing and transforming. So yes, that was all that I felt guided strongly, really, and it is way overdue. This video is way overdue, and it needed to be out, it needed to be said, it needed to be shared. So yes, own your power. Don't give your energy to anyone, Don't give your power away, and hold your truth. Hold your truth deeply in your heart. Unshakable. Yes? Mwah. Have a lovely rest of the day, morning or night, wherever you are listening to this video. Mwah. Love you. Bye-bye.